One of the projects we've been working on for the last few months was this camping trailer. We really wanted to make it as inviting and easy as possible to just jump in the car and head away when we had a free weekend. So unlike most camping trailers, which are the standard layout with a fold-out tent and the double bed on the trailer, we wanted to put something together that was tailor-made for our style of camping. As we'll explain in this video, this has got a water tank and a fridge and a barbecue and the solar system and camp lights and various other features built in.
One of the things I really like about this camping trailer and the way that we've put it together is it's pretty much all second-hand, reused, recycled, repurposed materials. And that's something that's really important to me in terms of the impact we're all having on the planet.
When we camp, we tend to just use swags rather than sleeping in tents. We have a double swag and the kids each have their own swag. We've reserved enough space inside the trailer for the double swag, whereas the kids' swags or anything else can just be tied down to the ladder rack on the roof of the trailer.
So we picked up this awning and awning tent second hand. The awning clearly has lots of uses and benefits, but the awning tent is super quick to put up and provides just an extra bit of shelter in inclement weather, or it can actually fit 3 swags or 3 kids' beds across the tent, and they can sleep in there if they so wish. The other benefit is that there is a zip open door on the trailer side of the tent, and you can open the trailer door to utilise the lights that are installed inside the trailer.
Another essential ingredient to a good camping trip is water. So the trailer has a 54 litre polyethylene water tank, which is connected to a garden tap. I've connected a breather pipe to the top of the tank and routed that outside of the trailer high enough that it won't spill water when you need to brake, etc. In order to fill the tank, we essentially just flow everything backwards and connect a garden hose to the tap and let the tank fill up until water flows out of the breather. And so that's the main reason that the breather is mounted outside. I did buy a 12 volt water pump in case we put in a camp sink, but we haven't used that yet and I'm not sure if we will. We've also equipped the trailer with a fire extinguisher. Actually, in addition to the water, there's also a fire blanket. Whether you're just setting up a campfire or cooking camp oven roast, at least in the Australian bush, it's a good idea to be prepared to jump on any spot fires if that were to happen. One of the big things we wanted was a power system that was independent from the car for running camp lights and things like that. The trailer has a 100 watt solar panel, which is connected to a SunSaver solar regulator. This particular model has low voltage disconnect to prevent the battery from being discharged too far and becoming damaged. The battery itself is a 120 amp hour deep cycle battery and it's mounted just down here behind the switch panel. The battery and the water tank, both being heavy objects, are mounted behind this retaining wall which is welded in just to make sure they can't shift around. They both sit on and are packed in with bits of foam floor tiles to provide a little bit of vibration dampening and prevent them being damaged by rubbing against the trailer wall. The solar panel sits in some grooves, so just by undoing a couple of wing nuts, the entire solar panel can be removed and placed in a position where there's better sunlight if need be. The 12 volt power is available on 2 cigarette lighter accessory plugs as well as an Anderson plug. It also goes through the switch panel, which is all individually fused, where it can be used for controlling a number of built-in accessories, including USB chargers and a Bluetooth stereo. Lights are the main accessory. There are 2 lights internal to the trailer, and there are 4 lights separately switched as port and starboard side on each corner of the trailer. I designed these little diffusers, which you can download and 3D print on Thingiverse, just to make the lighting a bit more pleasant when you're in the bush. We also installed a 55 litre fridge. This is a 3-way fridge, so it can run on 240 volt mains power, 12 volt from the power system, and also on gas. We actually use all 3 power modes. The mains power is a perfect way to pre-cool the fridge and your beer before travel. The gas is extremely efficient when camping, but because of the risk of gas or carbon monoxide buildup, we don't use the gas when the trailer is closed up during travel. So while we're actually driving, we just run the fridge off the 12 volt power system. Because of the way these three-way fridges work using ammonia, it's critical that they are level. The fridge does have a level gauge so that you can see its current orientation. Levelling it front to back in the pitch direction is no worries. You can wind the trolley wheel on the trailer up and down. We don't really have an elegant solution for levelling it in the roll direction, but it is pretty easy to improvise. One of the things we were really keen to do was to make the food preparation relatively no fuss. So right from the start, we factored in a swing out food preparation bench, which also has a gas barbecue permanently mounted on the end for easy access. In order to make it robust for when we're bouncing down corrugated dirt roads, when it's in its stowed position, the shelf is supported at both ends and there's a locking pin to make sure that it can't move. And we just use an adjustable camping pole to help support the weight of the shelf when it's in the deployed position. The barbecue and the fridge are supplied by a 9 kilogram LPG bottle, which is permanently secured to the trailer and has a two-way manifold so it can supply both appliances. Okay, now just to run through some of the storage and miscellaneous features. At the front of the trailer is a large toolbox. This is pretty standard stuff. We use it for storing sort of really the bulk of camping things like cutlery and plates and ropes, which are convenient for setting up dog runs in the bush if need be. Anne also had some good ideas for other storage spaces.
Friend was throwing out these Alpha drawers and I grabbed them thinking we could use them in the trailer. We just had to shorten them a little bit because it was quite a lot taller and for our purpose we didn't have that much space. And reinforce the joins just because the weight's actually going to be hanging from the top, so we're going to mount it to the ceiling of the trailer. And just added a piece of RHS and made up a couple of brackets here that we can use to attach it to the ceiling of the trailer. The other thing that I've done is just added a piece of ply here at the back so that the drawers can't slide any further backwards and slide out when we're driving along, but I think that should be perfect for small items like rolls of alfoil and salt and pepper and cutlery.
It took us a while to figure out how to do it, but we also wanted to have some kind of fold down shelf for sitting all the plastic containers on near the food preparation area. I ended up putting this together out of a removalist's trolley articulated by 3 hinges. It ends up being a really good fit for the plastic containers, and by welding on some little bits and bobs to maximise the contact with the trailer, it ends up really being quite strong. One of the other things to mention is the camping table. We opted not to make this an integral part of the trailer, but because it packs flat, it's able to tuck in on the floor of the trailer underneath the swag and the other things.
So this is Grover, our family poo-eating friend. The kids chose him to be the most obnoxious bright colour as possible, so when you're out in the bush then everyone can see you. Anyway, jokes aside, this is our bush toilet for when we need to take our waste with us when there's no facilities provided. Stick a plastic bag liner in there. Handy hint, take some kitty litter, not the clay type because it's super heavy. But take some kitty litter, a couple of handfuls of kitty litter after you use it, and tie a knot in the bag and dispose of it once you're back in town.
One of the things I got recently for the trailer is this little whipper snipper or trimmer or whatever you choose to call it. This is really nice. It's 12 volt. It folds away nice and compact. You can extend the head out. So the idea of this is just to keep it in the camping trailer and be able to clear a campsite when we get there.
Anyway, I think that's enough of listening to me yarn on. I'm sure that camp oven must nearly be ready. Hopefully there's been 1 or 2 ideas in here that would be useful for your own camping trailer project. Thanks for watching.
Riding down to the riptide, taken away to the